Leeward, Jamelia Alexander, Siobhan Fleury, Arika Hooper, and Kishona George. That's the starting lineup for North Leeward Predators. And this for Toni Store Jugglers, Jeresia Joseph, Zinaya Harry, Kendra Findlay, Deandra James, Rochelle T. Edwards, Ashanti Brown, Gracelyn Durant, Alvina Luan, Shannon James, Anicia Kamabach, and Nigelicia Johnson. So that's the starting lineup for Toni Store Jugglers. They are in their black. So red trimmings to the front, and North Leeward Predators black trunks and neon green tops. So it's just so referee just checking to ensure all is well. Everything is in order. Kickoff to be taken by Predators. There goes the whistle. Predators, number 14. They're just knocking it around in their own half. Number 9. Comes back in the middle. Looks up, looking for the number 7. Does so. Goes to her left, finds number 4. Number 4. Casey and Providence. Providence chips it back. And off the number 7 for number 7 for looking for the number 7 was Arika Hooper. Goes out of touch. It's a throw-in for North Leeward Predators. Finds number 2 player, Jamelia Alexander. Goes back to number 13. There goes the whistle. Infringement against Predators. So it's going to be a free kick for Toni Store Jugglers. Deandra James just leaving it for Kendra Findlay, captain. So Findlay goes across field. Back to Findlay. Findlay looks up, finds James. And there is Zariah Williams, number 12. The big number 12 finds number 14 for Predators. So Predators still looking to control. It's in their own half. And just giving it away. It's now Fleury. Finds number 7. Good ball. Looking for the number 2. But cut out there by captain for Jugglers, Findlay. Still with Predators. Number 14 in a tussle. She goes down, but gets back on her feet. Not clearing it. And there is number 7 for Predators. Looking to get around the defense. But it has 2 players who, and she's robbed of it. But still there. And finally, the Jugglers would come away with it. There is number 13. Knocks it around. Finds her number 14 player. Finds Crease. Crease looking for number 3 on the far right, Leeward. Leeward crosses, now looks for Alexander. Defense in a tussle, and she shadows it. The goalkeeper comes off her line. And that's Joseph, Jeresia Joseph. He boots it downfield. Don't need to find Predator. Player number 19, that's Douglas. It's back to Douglas. Douglas controls. but gives it away to the number 2. Finds number 12. And James looking to get a wrong one. Does so. There's some tugging. Casey and Providence has 2 defenders. Now the number 8 for Predators with it. She goes back in defense. And the Predators still looking to come forward. So Predators still looking to come forward, looking to control. Gives it to number 7, overpass, back to number 7 for Predators. She has 2 defenders, but she's not giving up. She's still with it. Still with it. Gives it to Casey and Providence. Providence looking for some support in the middle. There is number 2 now for Predators, looking to get around a defender. Does. Infringement call. In fact, he's called for offside. So it's going to be a free kick for Toni Stowe Jugglers. And really, there was the number 2. Alexander looking to sneak her way behind the defense. So finds number 11, James. James to number 2. But there is Hooper robbing him. Hooper still in a tussle. Only to come back to Casey and Providence, but loses it. It goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Predators. So lots of chatter around. Predators number 13. Fleury gives it out in the middle, but there's the number 14 cutting that one out. And Predators will still look to come away with it. Number 18, that's George, but loses it to the Toni Stowe Juggler player. The number 17, which was Lawn. And infringement called against the Predators. It's going to be a free kick for Toni Stowe Jugglers. So lots of shouting from the bench. It's still 0-0 in this encounter. Early days yet. Quick comes in. And there is the number 19 for Predators, Douglas. Number 8 knocks it out of touch. Shoy. And it's going to be a throw-in for Toni Stowe Jugglers. So Tishana James in goal for Toni Stowe Jugglers, and Jerisa Joseph. In fact, Tishana James in goal for North Leeward Predators, and Jerisa Joseph in goal for Toni Stowe Jugglers. So Predators looking to come forward. Comes across field, finds number 2. That's Harry. Harry's still with it. Goes in the middle, looks for Williams. Does so. Williams boots it, but it's cut out there by Predators. Predators still looking to come forward. Hooper looks for Kasian. Finds Alexander. Has a run. And still with Alexander. Alexander looking for a shot onto the goal and into the back of the net. Bubbling off the goalkeeper, and there was George not holding on over her head in about the 7th minute. It's Predators 1 and Toni Stowe Jugglers 0. So George very determined there, and in the end getting the shot in off the goalkeeper onto the upright and into the back of the net. And that in the 8th minute, Predators take the lead 1-0. No kickoff to be taken by Toni's Toe Jugglers. Quickly taken. Goes back into a defense. And look to boot it downfield. Long run. This is the number 11. James. And it goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Predators. Casey Providence quickly taken. Finds the number 19, Douglas. Douglas gives it to number 14, Crease. And this one downfield. Again, number 2, Alexander with it. Gets around the defense. Shifts to the middle. Long run, but overpass. And he's still with it. And has a shot on goal. And scores again. Again, a poor piece of goalkeeping there. And there is Alexander, Jomelia Alexander. In the space of 2 minutes, it's North Leeward Predators 2, Toni Toe Jugglers 0. So, Predators making a pretty good start, scoring in the 10th minute. And 2 goals to 0. Kickoff now to be taken by Jugglers. Still, boots it long downfield, but the goalkeeper is there. She just allows it to come to her. Collects easily. Just holds it a while now. She boots it downfield. High into the air. Looking to find her number 14. Does so. That's Crease. And Jugglers still with it. And goalkeeper now comes off a line, collects. Tame ball. Now she boots it downfield. Off the head of a Toni Toe Juggler. Player finds the Providence. And goalkeeper again coming off a line, averting any danger. And in contact there with the player coming forward there for Toni Toe Juggler. She's down. A signal to the bench for some assistance. And you can see Physio making his way out, running all the way out. And she's still on the ground. And a few players around her and trying to ensure that she's all right. So she will get some attention. That being administered, and you can see that player from Toni Toe Jugglers is still there, with showing some concern. She was the one who collided with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper now is gradually getting back on her feet. She's now in a sitting position. And it's North Leeward Predators 2, Toni Toe Jugglers 0. I think the back of the physio is to us. We are unable to see. Perhaps seems like he has an ice pack. And there's the goalkeeper sitting. Still not able to see from our vantage point what's taking place. But the referee is there in attendance. So very soon, I believe, we should have play up and running once again. But the wind is still with us. Strong breeze blowing into our microphones. And we can see the Predators players now making their way out, and the goalkeeper is now back on her feet. And it would be a goal kick for North Leeward Predators. So Predators early lead here, having 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. And James goes to her right. Still with Predators. Predators still looking to come forward. Cut out by Toni Toe Jugglers, but only to find about 3 or 4 green shirts. Nice ball here for Predators going down the left flank. That's Hooper, but number 2 sticks with her. And Whistle goes against the Predators. It's going to be a free kick for Toni Stowe Jugglers. Quickly taken. Finds the number 3, Findlay. Chip back downfield by Leeward for Predators. Only back to find Findlay. Predators get around that. Number 3 with a shot across goal. It goes out of touch. It's going to be a corner. So corner to Predators. Putting pressure on the defense here for Toni Stowe Jugglers. And we can see Alexander with the number 2 on the back of her shirt. Jomelia Alexander in a business-like fashion. Looking for a hat-trick here. And she's going to have that corner. And quite a few. 5 Predators players in the box. Corner comes in. Findlay is there, knocks it away. And Jugglers would come away with it. She goes down, number 19. Infringement call against the North Leeward Predators. It's going to be a free kick for Toni Stowe Jugglers. So we are in. And so free kick. Findlay, the captain, will take that. We are in the 15th minute of play. She goes to her left. Finds a player who goes back in defense. Still knocking it around Toni Stowe Jugglers, but Alexander for Predators is there with it. Still with it. Looking to get through the center, but cut out there by the number 2, Harry for Jugglers. But again we see Predators, number 3 coming through. Leeward still with it. Leeward looking to find. Yes, Alexander is there. Here comes, and the third goal. There was number 7. Hooper was there. The cross came in. Easy tap into the back of the net. And it's North Leeward Predators 3. Toni Stowe Jugglers 0. And we are in about the 15th minute or so of play. And really, Predators already running amok over Toni Stowe Jugglers in the second game of the female division here, Premier Division, into the 16th minute of play. So kickoff to be taken by Toni Stowe Jugglers, trailing 3-0. Finds Williams, stocky individual. Goes back to Williams. Williams clears that. Finds her number 11. That's James. DeAndre James looks to get around 1. Does so. Looks to get around 2. Gives it to the number 14 player. That's Johnson. But he has about 3 Predators players. And here is Alexander coming away with it, but robbed of it. And number 8, Ashanti Brown for Toni Stowe Jugglers, still with it. Now loses it to Leeward for Predators. Predators and Toni Stowe Jugglers would clear that. Comes out looking for Williams, but intercepted by Alexander. Now Williams looking to clear. Goes down the line. Finds Harry. Harry to James for Toni Stowe Jugglers, but there is number 7 Hooper. Business-like, cutting that out. Now she finds Providence. Providence looking to find Hooper, but cut out there by Findlay for Jugglers. Jugglers. So there is number 19 for Predators, Douglas. But losing it there, number 14 Crease. And the whistle going for infringement against Predators. So it's going to be a free kick for Toni Stowe Jugglers, with 1 player down and needing some attention. And there is Bergen, the physio. Trying to administer. some care, and player is down in looking very, very still indeed. Referee still in attendance, and now he's signaling for that player to be taken to the sideline, and one can see her holding her back, perhaps falling a little badly. That's Edwards, and she's been helped to the sideline by the physio. So it's going to be a free kick for Jugglers. This one booted long downfield into the waiting hands of goalkeeper. That was number 8, Brown. And there is James just calming things down. Now she throws it out to the right. Still, there was Kizian Providence. Comes out, finds Alexander. Alexander with a through ball. Hooper is running for all her worth. Hooper is still there, has a shot at goal and scores. Hooper has made it 4. Goalkeeper beaten, wrong-footed, and Predators really having a field day here. They are now in 4-0 against Toni Stowe Jugglers here at Victoria Park in the second game of this Premier Division encounter, opening encounter. And good piece of work as we looked at the replay. And it's Hooper having scored 2 goals, so too Alexander. And kickoff taken by the Jugglers. Downfield finds James. James has a run, but she has Douglas to contend with. And off Douglas, it goes out of touch, and it's going to be a corner. So it's going to be a corner for Jugglers. And you can see Brung making her way to the corner flag for that, to take that corner. And you can see a number of Predators players back in defense inside that penalty area. I think all save one in that penalty area, the 18-yard box, trying to defend their goal. So Brung lobs it in, nice ball across the face of the goal, and now cleared by Predators as the race is off. Here is Leeward. Leeward comes down the left, looking for some support. Still Leeward chips it across, looking for Hooper, but it's overpassed. There is number 14, and has a shot on goal right onto the goalkeeper, who was in line, covering the angle well, and it comes out. But it's still with Predators. Number 18, Kishona George. And Williams trying to clear it for Jugglers. Williams is still there. And it's with Casey and Providence, but loses it. But she recovers very quickly as James is knocked out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Jugglers. Number 2, Harry. Zinaya Harry. Senior. Headed away there by the number 13 for Predators. That's Fleury. And long ball. James looking to control inside the Predators half, but losing it. Infringement call there against Predators. And it's going to be a free kick for Jugglers. So Predators leading 2-0, 4-0 here in this encounter. Second game of a triple header here at Victoria Park in the opening of the female women Premier Division Championship. female championship here. Cross comes in off the header and over the crossbar, out of touch. And it's going to be a corner. It's headed away there by player. Again we see Brown running her way out to the far left to take that corner. So just waiting for that corner kick. Corner comes in, swirling ball, and there is the defense for Predators. Now Casey and Providence looks to control, goes back, still looking to come forward, and there was Williams being hustled off it, and now Predators will come forward. It's booted long downfield, but Captain Findlay is there, finds Harry, but it's cut out there by Crease, and but there's still Predators with it. Shoy gives it to Kizzy and Providence, finds Fleury gives it now to Crease. Crease goes back in the middle, finds George to Laborde back to Crease. Crease is a shot and it goes wide and out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick for Jugglers, with Predators leading 4-0. We are in the 26th minute of this opening this encounter, but robbed there by Crease, and she gets around a defender. Still with two defenders, he's still with it, gets around it again. Shot comes in poor, it's been knocked out of touch. It's going to be a corner for the North Leeward Predators. So Alexander very quickly trying to retrieve that from behind the goal post, and you can see her running all the way to the corner flag for that corner kick. So Alexander spots this. Sporting number 2. Corner comes in and it's still not cleared. Still in the half. A lot of tussling. Down goes a player. There is Hooper with a shot and scores! Hooper spinning and having that in the back of the net. That's her third goal of the night. It's Predators 5, Toni Stowe Jugglers 0. And Eddie, you're coming back to see North Leeward Predators really riding a bit of rough shot over Toni Stowe Jugglers.
Well, in their preparation, they look quite professional, of course, in how they went about, their warm-up. And afterwards, some
26 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're 5 goals up in the 27th minute. Of course, it's just absolutely remarkable. The effort here this afternoon from the North Leeward Predators, and they look as if they're a fit running team as they have possession.
That's Hooper. She has a triple already.
She has the hat-trick.
She has a hat-trick, and Alexander with a brace. The number 2.
So whistle going. This time it's against the Predators, and they're certainly taking care of the prey here today. Indeed, that prey being
preying on Jugglers.
Toni Stowe Jugglers. Captain with ball in hand spots it and will take the free kick. But immediately it's back with the Predators with their number 9 doing some nice work there. And Predators, well, they lost possession and regain it. through Providence, but she loses out yet again. There's the jugglers. And player got past one, didn't get past the second. And Predators will now break here on the left side. That's Hooper?
Hooper.
Erika Hooper. Of course, national would have represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So she has some experience, Erika Hooper. Now it's with Crease. Finds number
Alexander.
2. Alexander, who
has a brace already.
Yes, and she's pretty pacey, but good work by the big number 8 there for Jabel. That's Ashante Brown. Captain. And throw now to be taken. Cooper puts it into the middle. Play with quite a number of black shirts around and loses possession now. Gets into the middle there, but robbed of it. And goalkeeper comes off a line for the jugglers. That's Grisha Joseph. Ball is it high and hard upfield, but can only find a diminutive
Casey and Providence.
So going an infringement against the jugglers player. That's Rochelle Edwards. And free kick now to the Predators to be taken by Danella Crease. Crease. And I believe she does have some experience at the national level also. Ball floated in, but robbed of it. But not giving up as a Predators player. That's Laborde. Knocks it back. Was looking there for Providence, but in the end it's going to be a throw-in to Predators. And of course they have a 5-0 lead after some 13.5 minutes thereabout.
But again, we talk about it earlier on, but you can see the fitness of the Predators team.
Here is Fleury, goes back to Providence. Still with Providence, nice ball through there. And gets around the player, but doing well. That's the captain. But Hooper now gets possession for Northfield Predators, pushing it through. Missed there by the defender. She remains on the turf. The whistle goes, as a matter of fact, infringement against the number 12 for the Predators. Free kick now to be taken by Jabel. And looking pretty winded there. Not the best of kicks, but found one of her players. Robbed of it there by Danella Crease. And unfortunately she lost possession. It's still a North Leeward Predators' ball. And the diminutive Casey Providence takes the throw. Finds Hooper. Gets the return ball. Back to Providence. Casey knocks it into the middle there to Danella Crease. Crease takes a one-timer, and no harm done, as it was pretty much wide and very easy there for goalkeeper Joseph. There's Providence. Providence not doing too badly there. Got possession there for the Predators, and here comes Erika Hooper. Hooper puts it into the part of her number 2, skips around one.
Alexander.
And well, captain was there to save the day for Jabel. In the end, good work by Ashante Brown. So It's going to be a free kick. Quickly taken. Crease skips past one, past the second. But captain getting a boot in there for almost at Jabel's Jugglers. That's Findlay getting a boot in. Comes back out there now to Brown of Jabel. There's Providence. Probably the smallest player on the field here this afternoon. Finds a number 8, but ball back with Jabel. Out of it. And couldn't keep that one in for the Jugglers. That's DeAndre James. That one was a here's Providence trying to keep one in, but couldn't do so. And throw quickly taken there by the Jugglers. But here's Arika Hooper. Lost out that time. And the Predators now pick it up in the middle of the park. That's Providence. Kizian Providence robbed of it as the Jugglers get into the 18-yard box, but the board will have none of it, and finds Providence now on the right side. Loses possession, and the Jugglers come forward once again, but stumbling over it, losing her footing. Quite unfortunate day. As a matter of fact, she remains on the turf, but play continues as the Predators through George. Whistle going, and it's against the Predators. Meantime, there's a player for Toni Stowe Jugglers who is down, and referee now getting there certainly to have a look and to make a determination. There you see she's now being helped up.
Perhaps just winded a bit. Now she's running her off, so all is well.
Here's Brown for the Jugglers, giving that one up to Hooper. She lost her footing, but did enough to get back, and I believe she was touched a bit, but still going. Hooper still with it. This could be number 6. It is. The flag is up, and ruled to be offside. So fortunate day for Rika Hooper and the Predators, but they still maintain a 5-goal lead, Charlo.
Definitely. So it was a good run. She stumbled on about 2 occasions, but held her balance and was still going. And
here's Captain George. Knocks it upfield. But again, the Predators, they get possession on that right side. Here's Providence knocking it back in, but couldn't keep the return ball. That's George. Unfortunately lost possession, but here comes Alexander, and Danella Crease now with it. Takes a shot, went down in the process. Ball is out of touch, and it's going to be a goal kick to the Jugglers. So it's 5-0 in favor of the North Leeward Predators. We've seen 6-0 on our screens, but last goal was not
disqualified. It was disqualified.
All right.
So it's Predators. It knocked out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Jugglers.
So play continues, and here's Alexander now for the Predators. Good boot coming in there, but Danella Crease doing enough to win possession, trying to flick it on. And in possession, and in the end went down in a bit of a heap. I believe it's going to be a throw for the Predators. Let's have a look. So now we see yet another player who's down right in front of us.
That's James.
She was down on the far side about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Well, I think she went down along with
looks as if she's getting a bit of a stretch there.
She's been ushered to the sideline. And it's good to see a female carrying the whistle.
Oh, yes, definitely. So it's a turn now to be taken by Providence. Casey and Providence. And there's another player who's down, this time for the Predators. Right there in the center. Out on our screens.
Looks like George. Yes, that's number 18, Kishona George.
Well, she's back up.
And they can see the referee signaling to the sideline for some assistance.
Yes. And she's moving very gingerly, favoring that right leg of hers as the physio comes in, holding her her right chest area.
Should be ushered to the sideline.
That's George.
CS is thumping that right side of her chest.
Yes. So the throw is finally taken by Providence. Finds Hooper back to Casey and Providence to Arika Hooper. And whistle going, she's found to be offside.
Alexander lurking there, perhaps looking for a hat-trick as well.
Certainly. Ball back with the Predators. Arika Hooper picking that one up. And her first touch would have let her down there and couldn't keep it in. So the Jugglers now with a throw-in. Back to the Predators, but they lost out there. Ball floated forward. It doesn't go too far. Robbed of it in the process, and forced back. There's Tony's Toe Jugglers. There's Providence. I'm wondering if there's any relationship with the two Providences. But here is Arika Hooper's Danella Crease remains down. And she's going to just allow it to go out, of course, to give that opportunity for Crease to get some attention.
One would anticipate there's a relationship, because I'm looking at the names, Kizian and Kasian.
And they're more or less of the same stature, same build, almost the same look. But in the meantime, that's Danella Crease getting some attention there. Seems as if there's a problem with her
left leg.
Yes.
The back of the calf, or calf muscle. Taking a bit of massaging there. Perhaps trying to rub that cold cream into the muscle.
And Charlo, as we look around there, the crowd has certainly picked up here this afternoon.
It has grown, and one would anticipate by the end of this encounter, and perhaps by the start of the third game, might have a better crowd. She's going to be helped to the sideline.
Well, she remains, but have to make that full journey.
Yes.
It's all part of the rules. Another crease, and we'll soon have a resumption following her treatment. Getting a bit of a magic spray there, as throw now taken by the jugglers. Not the best of throw, finds Casey and Providence. Has Hooper in front of her. Hooper went towards the line, but couldn't keep it in, and yet another throw-in. As we see Crease preparing to come back in, Danella Crease. Throw is taken there, cut out there by George. But Arika Hooper seems to be all over here this afternoon. Was looking for Alexander, but George got there first. And there's Providence just knocking it upfield. Return ball back to the Predators. We lost possession there. And in the end, cleared into the path of Danella Crease. Crease looking there for number 13, finds her, pushes even further forward on the left side as shot comes in, and in the end it was fairly simple there for the goalkeeper. Just knocking it down and keeping the scoreline to 5. We're into added time. As the wind picks up once again. Here's Arika Hooper. Gets around. Well, almost made it past the third player there, but she got the boot in. And Jugglers with a possible opportunity here, but Providence got there in time. As a matter of fact, the flag is up. Infringement against Providence.
So it's going to be a free kick for Jugglers.
Looks as if it might probably be the captain to come up and take this free kick for the Jugglers. Let's see. Wearing the number 3 shirt. That's is it Finley?
Finley. My word.
So you have the serious with Finley, and it goes wide. Going to be a goal kick there for the North Leeward Predators. It was actually Ashanti Brown who took that free kick and not Captain Finley. There's the Predators looking to come forward. Well, she muffed it a bit and decided to go back to her goalkeeper, who floated it upfield. Finds Danella Crease.
Just about 6 p.m. as the bell tolls. And we are in extra time.
There's the Predators now on the right side. Lockington was looking there for George, but good work there by Captain Brown for the Jugglers. But she can only find Providence. Was looking there for George, but Danella Crease is there. Crease still with it. Left it for Providence, and that's a foul on the part of the Jugglers captain. Kendra Finley, and she remains down, Shallow. Finley. Yes, it is Finley. Gets back up with a big broad smile on her face. And the Predators now with a free kick as the lights are on here at the Victoria Park. Still very, very bright at 6 o'clock. So free kick to be taken. Kick comes in and can only find Finley. Here is Alexander, and well,
First touch.
Pushed it a little too much, yes. And in the end, it was pretty easy there for goalkeeper Joseph. There goes the whistle to signal it's the end of the first 45 minutes here this afternoon in this game number 2 in the Premiership of the Female Championships here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And after the first 45, North Leeward Predators, they're leading Toni Store Jugglers by 5 goals to 0.
Definitely, and Predators really was riding a little rough shot over the Jugglers, and certainly I think Jugglers will welcome the break just to refresh themselves, get some words of encouragement, and come back and see what sort of fight they can put up.
All right, well, we are battling here with the wind. We take the break and come back, of course, to bring to you the next 45 minutes. Well, that's the kickoff for this, the second half here this evening in this encounter with the North Leeward Predators. They're taking on Toni Store Jugglers. And the Jugglers now defending their southern goal. All out on the far side. It's going to be in favor of the North Leeward Predators. And Providence, one of two twins, playing for the Predators here this evening. Is Erika Hooper. Robbed of it by Brown, trying to come up on that right side, but Danella Crease is there. As we get that wind once again. Trent nonetheless to Toni Store Jugglers. Throw taken, but could only find a North Leeward player. And here they tried to break on the left side. Erika Hooper being robbed of it there by Finley. And nonetheless, ball is out of play for yet another throw in. Leaves it for Providence. That's Casey Providence, sister to Kizian Providence. And there's captain there of Jugglers just knocking that one forward, but Predators trying for all it's worth to get possession. That's Kizian Providence. Hooper was looking to get someone going there, but knocked away by the defense there for Toni Store Jugglers. Jugglers on the right side, but young Providence and Casey Ann doing some good work there. Right back nonetheless to the big number 8 for Jugglers. That's Brown, robbed of it by Erika Hooper, but still that contest on the far side for possession. In the end, I believe Erika Hooper got a boot in, and it's going to be a throw into the Jugglers. There's Danella Crease. Floats it in, was looking there for Alexander, but ball cut out by the Jugglers. But, player going to the ground there. It's against the Predators. So it's going to be Ashante Brown who takes that free kick. But the Predators, they regain possession. Give it up. And ball will now find Laborde, looking for Alexander, and yes, she gets possession. Captain Finley's there. She skips around her, but luckily for Jugglers, it ricocheted to her right. But in the end, it's going to go over the line, and it's going to be a goal kick, of course, to Tony Store Jugglers. Goalkeeper Grecia Joseph just going there to collect the ball. Joseph knocks it there to Finley, who goes to her right. Player controls, skips past one, finds a number 5, but there is James who gets possession, finds Captain there picking it up for the Jugglers, but immediately not Leeward Predators with possession, and that one is out of touch. So the board leaving it there for Kizian Providence. Providence finds another crease, floats it forward, but could only find Joseph coming off our line there. Was looking for Rika Hooper, and Joseph volleys it upfield. But unfortunately, ball is out of touch, and throwing now to the Predators, taken by Casey and Providence. Could only find Finley, robbed of it, as the Predators now try to make something of it here on the left side. But good work in the end by Finley, regaining possession and immediately giving it away. That's the board knocking it forward, possibly looking there for Alexander to run onto, but really and truly didn't have the space there. Referee just asking for that goal kick to be retaken, and Joseph now finds Finley. Looking for the play on the far side, but ill-directed, and yet another throw-in for the Predators. Casey and Providence with ball in hand. Looking there for Rika Hooper, finds her, closely marked, back to Providence. There's a ball through the middle. Finds Carter, who came in, of course, for George as a replacement at the commencement of the second half. But here's the Predators now with the ball. Cross comes in, and Danella Crease couldn't get up there, but there was Rika Hooper looking to come in, but good defensive work there by the captain, Brown, for the Jugglers. But it's back with North Leeward Predators. And in the end, the Jugglers, they regain possession. Both players getting in each other way there for the Jugglers, but they still have possession. Ball ricocheted into the path of Kizian Providence. She's battling for all her worth, and finally finds one of her players. Here's Leeward. Not the best of crosses there, and giving some time to the Jugglers to try and get it out, but they don't do so. Alexander crosses, and well, in the end, there was Finley knocking it out of touch. Corner kick would result for the Predators, still with a 5-goal lead, and we're into the 54th minute. It's going to be Leeward to take this corner kick. has Alexander in close attendance and takes a short corner to Alexander. Cross comes in all along the turf, and Crease got a boot in there. Got a left boot onto that one, but it was wide. And in the end, it's going to be a goal kick to the Jugglers here this evening. That's Danella Crease, national player representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the international level. As it continues now. Casey and Providence robbed of it. Big number 12 there for the Jugglers. That's Williams knocking it away. But Predators now regain possession. Here is Leeward with some space. Cross comes in now. Crease is all alone. This could be number 6. He takes a shot over the crossbar. Settled herself, but the shot was always going over. And she's holding her head because certainly know that she should have done a lot better there than Ella Crease. But a pretty good build-up there by the Predators. And scoreline nonetheless remains 5-0 in their favor. There's Leeward knocking that one in, but can only find Captain Brown. Gets the wrong one. Brown was looking to get past Kizzy and Providence, but that didn't happen. Ball ricocheted out of touch. And throwing now to the Jugglers. Captain leaving this one, going back in defense. And Shannon James will come up to take it. James. And there is Kizzy and Providence. In a sort of no-nonsense way. Knocking it onto Abigail Williams. And it's going to be a throw-in to the North Leeward Predators. So Kizzy and Providence now with this throw-in. Looking there for Alexander. She does well. Skips pass. Brown gets into the 18-yard box, but just a little too much on it. Findlay was there to knock it out. And another corner kick there to the Predators as a player goes down in the box. It looks as if it's Alexander. Seems as if she might very well be having a bit of a cramp. As the physio now making his way in, but from the looks of it, it looks as if it's some cramp. Yes, they're trying to stretch that leg. There's Alexander. She's there in that sitting position, now being helped up. And we'll get some further attention as she's been taken off there by the physio. Meantime, it's going to be a corner kick to be taken. Looks like the board floats it in the board, but didn't have the legs to get right in. Nonetheless, it comes back out, and shot is taken. And this time it's going to be a goal kick. So the Predators are down to 10 men as Alexander continues to get some attention there. You see her getting that rub of the left calf. And goal kick is taken. Ball now on the far side. Here comes the Predators once again. Marika Hooper looking to get past two players there, but wasn't that successful. jugglers now trying to come forward, but big number 19 is there for North Leeward Predators. Ball there for the board on the right side. Still with it. Cross comes in now. And in the end, unfortunately, could not find a green shirt, but play still continues. And this one ricochets off the Tony Store Jugglers player. And it will be a throw into the North Leeward Predators. Meantime, it appears as if Alexander might very well be coming back in. Yes, Alexander's now back in, and we have that throw taken. That's off the boot of Danella Crease. He's looking to get it goalwards, but certainly didn't happen. The wind is certainly battling with us here this evening. Here comes the Jugglers trying to break now on the left side, but Leeward gets there first, wins possession, floats it in there now to Alexander, and unfortunately lost possession. But ball knocked forward, and trying for all of it, and not bad there by Carter, keeping it in play, and the Predators now with Danella Crease, who spins nicely, knocks it into the middle there to Alexander. She has one ahead of her, but couldn't get around Findlay. And now the Jugglers will try to break. But Carter's there for the Predators. And finds Casey and Providence. Very diminutive play indeed. And not being faced by her size at all. Predators once again. It's with Leeward. She's been having a fair amount of balls here on this right side. And the cross is in, but could only find Findlay. She in turn knocks it further forward there to James. And here's Leeward once again. The other cross is in, but could only find Findlay. Flag is up, whistle's gone, and it's against the North Leeward Predators. Williams more or less giving it away there. Predators will try to again mount another one of those attacks on the right side. It's with Leeward, as Williams with her. More or less just walks past Williams, and Captain Brown doing some good work there. In the end, it's back with her, and she knocks it out of touch. Throwing now for the North Leeward Predators. So that's Leeward there on the turf, being helped up by Alexander. And meantime, there's a substitution for the Jugglers. Coming in wearing the number 7 shirt is Henesla Cumberbatch, and replacing Shannon James. So Cumberbatch in for James, and just awaiting for the resumption of the game, as yet another player being given some attention this time for the jugglers. That's the captain. She's finding it very difficult to get up. Goes back down in a heap. And now being placed on that stretcher, Kendra Finley. So jugglers losing their captain. Let's hope it's not for an extended time, and that she'll be able to come back in and give her human service as she's been doing in defense for the entirety of this game. And there we see some members of the Predators team taking a time for a water break, and we'll now have certainly the commencement of this game. So it's going to be Providence. That's Kizian Providence. Takes the throw, finds Alexander. Knocked away. Ball comes right back out there to the Predators. Floated forward. Alexander's there. Looking for Danella Crease. And Crease now can make it 6. Takes a shot. And, well, it's a tame one. There by Crease. And that's her second opportunity in this second half. As we now look at the Predators trying to come forward, but knocked away by the big number 12. And keeper comes off the line, misses this one. And jugglers, well, how did she miss that? Unbelievable. Abigail Williams with an open net. And look at this. Rather than tapping it in, tapped it out. Rather unfortunate day for Abigail Williams. And the jugglers. Empty net. A missed kick by Tishana James coming off her line. And as you see there, knocking it out of touch for a goal kick. There's Abigail Williams as we await this goal kick. Douglas looking there for Kizian Providence, who momentarily seems as if she had a bit of a problem, but she's okay. And the throw now taken. Williams robbed of it, knocked up field, but Brown is there. Loses possession there to Erika Hooper. Hooper looking for Alexander, but Brown gets there, keepers off her line, and thwarting any possible effort there from Alexander, who was in very close attendance. So the Predators, of course, with a 5-goal lead, all 5 goals coming in the first half of play. And there's jugglers now trying to come forward. But Danella Crease couldn't get there. Williams knocks it upfield, finds that's Providence, Kizian Providence. The board back in defense to Providence. Doing well there, Providence. But it's knocked away by Cumberbatch. And throwing now for the Predators. Still with that 5-goal lead. They're yet to find the back of the net in this the second half. as we have the return of Brother Charles. But for almost the entire second half, the Predators have control. Here's Alexander breaking now. She gets around Brown. Has the keeper just a beat, but the final touch was just too long. And given the opportunity there to Joseph to clean things up for the Jugglers. Whistle going. And it's going to be in favor of the Jugglers. A free kick. Or is it a throw-in? It is a... Yes, right, a free kick. To be taken by Cumberbatch. No, she leaves it. As a matter of fact, just making sure that it's positioned correctly. And Captain Findlay, who's back in now, takes it, finds Cumberbatch. Back to Findlay. To Cumberbatch. Williams. Floats it forward. And Providence will try to keep this one, and let's see.
It goes out of touch.
Yes.
I think she was not anticipating the pass, and really that stretched her out. But just looking at Alexander, a little too hard a touch, and good anticipation by the goalkeeper, and averted any danger.
Well, luckily for Cumberbatch there, she got the return ball, finds her captain Finlay. Was looking to work something in the middle, but good work by Danella Crease. And here's Carter losing possession, was trying to find Erika Hooper. But Jugglers now with the possession and doing well. Oh, unfortunately, she lost her foot in there. Remained down, and as a matter of fact, Rule 2 being fouled in the process by Hooper. She lost her foot in there, and now being helped up. So the Jugglers, of course, averting any further addition to the score line here tonight in this the second half. It's not a situation where the Predators would have taken their foot off of the gas, so to speak. The opportunities were created. There were two clear chances for Danella Crease. This one is floated in, and James off her line, picking it up. Knocks it upfield. Could only find Cumberbatch, but Danella Crease is there to pick up the pieces. Crease looks for, finds Leeward, but could it be a little too overweighted? It is. And Findlay just watching it out of touch. Takes the throw now to Cumberbatch, but couldn't get there. Ball fell there for Leeward. Looking for Danella Crease. Has Alexander with her. Now Alexander is offside. She was looking to
sneak her way behind the defense.
And there we see Crease now, Leeward, getting some cramp in that left leg in the air, and it can only be certainly cramp. As the physio is in to give her some assistance. So good for the Jugglers in this second half, in that there's no further addition to the score line. But they had a clear-cut opportunity
that went to begging.
Where James came off a line, missed the ball, and very unfortunate for Abigail Williams. As to how she missed it, I'm still trying to come to terms with that.
So Leeward would be stretchered off.
Yes, being placed on the stretcher. And there she go, being taken out. Tia Leeward. Play now continues. Here is Findlay. going back to Brown. To Findlay as they knock it around Jugglers. And those two players have been fairly good for Jugglers in the defense, Captain Findlay and Brown. But here's Kizian Providence winning possession. Danella Crease was a little too late, but she regains the ball. And
again, good piece of work by Brown.
Yes.
Just mentioned her.
But here's Kizian Providence. As little and diminutive as she is, she continues to battle Providence. But Carter on the far side to pick it up now for non-Leeward Predators. It's out of touch and a throw in there to Jugglers. And as we look, we see more and more persons continue to come in here to the Victoria Park, Charlotte.
Yes, the crowd increasing gradually. And the final game to come up in another 20 or so minutes, 20-25 minutes.
It's really been a windy evening as Arika Hooper now has possession, skips past one, looking there for the Nella Crease, and there's Captain Findlay again in defense for the Jugglers. Jugglers looking to move forward, and off the boot of Kizian Providence, I believe. Alexander now gets possession. Still with it, Alexander cuts in, and there's Captain
Good piece
Findlay.
of work again by Findlay.
Williams knocks it upfield, but can only find a Jugglers player. And there's Danella Crease, she's offside. Flag is up, but Brown was in very close attendance.
Not giving her that freedom. So although Jugglers find themselves 5 goals down, 5 goals to nil, there's still some positives coming out from the Jugglers.
Yes, certainly, and they can only build on this going forward. Not such a good ball there from Williams. Arika Hooper now with possession, skips past one into the path of Alexander, and seems as if she really and truly had much knowledge as to what was happening there. Ball is out of touch. I believe it's off of the boot of Brown. And it's
Should be a corner.
It is a corner kick for the Predators. We're down to 10. As Leeward had some cramps a while ago. She's not in our view, but it seems as if they're preparing
She's back on. No, Leeward is not yet on.
No, she's not back on, but it seems the preparation is being made to replace her. Corner kick is taken, and
so number 15 would come in. See Clark, Latoya Clark. So that's headed away. It's still, and it goes out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Predators. Okay. That's Providence. Kizian is being knocked out of touch there by Hooper. So it's going to be a throw-in for Jugglers.
Arika Hooper battling for it there. Floats it forward now. Finds what looks like Carter, but couldn't get there. And so the judge will throw in.
So the wind is really terrible here at Victoria Park. Not much we can do here anyway.
One knocked upfield. Alexander is there. But so too is Brown. And those two, Brown and Finley, certainly has been the mainstay in defense for Jugglers, but now being robbed of it. Ball comes in down to the Nella crease. And shot rebounded off the defender. Crease remains on the turf. Play continues with Arika Hooper. Takes a one-timer and easy there for the goalkeeper. And there we see Crease. Seems as if she's in some pain.
And the signal to the bench for assistance. And so play being held up momentarily. So on goes number 15, Latoya Clark.
She's in for Leeward.
And she has replaced Leeward, number 3. Tia Leeward.
Meantime, Crease continues to get some attention. And that left leg of hers being worked on. Now we see the stretcher being...
So the medics kept rather busy.
Yes, stretcher's in. Danella Crease, of course, national player, along with Arika Hooper, I believe, yes. Those two would have represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the highest level.
But they certainly have shown their worth here tonight for Predators. Shown to be a cut above the rest.
Without a doubt. In the distance, we see what looks like Camptonia Chelsea. They're warming up. They should be taking on Ovia United in the nightcapper. Predators again fighting for possession. Arika Hooper loses out this time. And here could be a possible break for the Jugglers. But still with it, and
she overruns it.
Unfortunately, Arika Hooper now finds Providence. Kizian Providence. Slips past one Providence. Neatly done. Has Williams ahead of her. Gets around her.
Gets around Williams. The bulky Williams.
Yes, gets the return ball. And Carter's there. Ricochets in the path of Alexander. And whistle going infringement against the Jugglers player.
Well, sporting number 2 as well, Harry.
Yes.
Along with number 2, Alexander.
Battle of the number 2s. So
it's going to be a free kick.
Kick taken, came off of the wall, and I believe it's going to be a corner kick, Charlo.
Should be a corner kick. And we see Alexander very quickly retrieving that and heading to the corner flag.
Predators, they're down to 10. Corner kick is taken, knocked away. Player going to the ground in a heap there. Fell pretty badly. Play continues. Whistle now going. And Physio's back in. It's a busy night for Physio and of course those who are working on the stretcher. We see the stretcher coming in once again.
And again, it's going to be a Predator player.
She seems to be in a lot of pain. She fell pretty badly.
Definitely, and I saw the hand apparently going to the back. And she's there really, she's still writing in pain. And stretcher now being put into position as they try to ease her onto that stretcher. So, Predators will be down to 9 men.
Yes, unfortunately.
She's now being stretchered off. Surely we'll have some added time.
Here's Casey and Providence. Knocked away there by Erika Hooper. We can only find a black shirt. Whistle going. This time it's against the Jugglers. So Kalani Shoy to take this free kick, and yet another player's down. This time it is a Jugglers player.
Just wondering if it's exhaustion taking its toll.
Physio is in now, and
again, another player to be stretchered off, this time for Jugglers. And still Predators player on the far side still receiving some attention. And now she's being stretchered off. Play will continue. So there will be a free kick for the Predators. So second half, still goalless. Kicks down the field. The big Williams there doesn't do a good job at clearing it, but Erika Hooper gets it. Hooper with a nice ball, looking for the number 13, but the cross comes in wide, and it goes out of touch. That was Fleury. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Jugglers. So Predators still leading 5-0. Goes short to Captain Findlay. Findlay looks up, gets around Fleury. Looks for Cumberbatch, does so. Cumberbatch would look to come forward, but loses it to Kizian Providence. It's been knocked out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Predators. So Kizian Providence through, looking to find Fleury, but he's been knocked out of touch by Captain Finley for the Jugglers, and it's going to be another throw-in for North Leeward Predators. We are in the 89th minute of regulation time. Kizzy and Providence. Throw finds Hooper, back to Providence. Providence comes back to George. George chips it across, looking to find the number 15 and Clark. Clark tumbling, and the defense there, Harry, doing a good job preventing Clark from advancing, and the goalkeeper comes off her line and collects. So still Predators 5-0. Jugglers on the far side. Controls. Looking to come forward. Still with Jugglers. Gets a wrong one. But the defense there for Predators standing firm. But it's back to Jugglers. Jugglers with it. Juggler now looking to come forward. And pass goes, finds Kizzy and Providence. Providence has a Juggler player to contend with. That's the number 14. That's Johnson. But losing it. And here comes Hooper. Hooper with a run, but only to find Captain Finley. And Finley still there. Has a tussle with Hooper. Shows a wide. Fleury goes around one. Looks to get around the defender, but there is the player still with it in Finley. It goes out of touch. It's a goal kick for the Jugglers. So Jugglers 0, Predators 5. Booted downfield. Finds Cumberbatch for Jugglers. Jugglers chips it down, but only to give it to Kizzy and Providence. Providence now goes to midfield. Finds George. But again, poor piece of work at last by Brown. And down goes the Predator player. That's wide. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Jugglers. So Jugglers would have done a lot better in the second innings than in the second half than in the first.
One would say so, but of course the Predators did have their chances and didn't bury them.
Still a goalless second half, and there goes the whistle. So at the end of the 90 minutes, is North Leeward Predators coming away victorious, beating Toni's Store Jugglers 5-0. And really, I think Predators have shown that they were the better team.
Without a doubt, of course, they're the better, they're the more fitter team, they were quicker to the ball, and certainly look, the team that had more construction during this game here this evening at the Victoria Park. Of course, the two in the back in defense there for the Jugglers and Captain Finley and Brown, they would have done some good work in defense, and certainly especially in the second half would have been responsible for that scoreline, as you mentioned, remaining at 5-0. But the Predators, kudos to them, congratulations are in order certainly, and of course there's quite a lot of talent in this Predators team.
Definitely a lot of talent. I think one looks at Alexander, you look at Sherika Hooper,
the two Providence,
you look at the Providence, Kizian and Kasian, and certainly George. There's Dinella Crease.
Yes.
So they're certainly a good bunch, and it's something that Predators can build on, and they really show their class tonight.
All right, so that's it for this one here. Up next, of course, it should be Capdonia Chelsea taking on Owia United, a game that is slated to start at 7 o'clock. It's 7:05, and pretty much a late one as far as this one is concerned. But we're going to wrap it up here, and when we come back, of course, bring to you the third game here tonight at the Victoria Park.